Hello and welcome. This will be a reading for Sagittarius for August and maybe early September 2023. Welcome to the table, Sagittarius. I have shuffled the cards. I will shuffle them again for you. I'll be using a 10-card spread, 5 cards along the top row and 5 cards along the bottom row. We're talking about those cards and then overlaying them with a second deck of cards and talking about those cards as well. The wattle is from my garden and the crystals have been in their salt bath. I do hope you enjoy them. Okay, almost ready. Here we go. So the Tower in reverse. Ooh, a big one to start with. The Fool. Oh wow, 2 major arcana already. 5 of Wands, 9 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. Lovely. Okay, this is the 9 of Pentacles, the Hermit in reverse, 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups in reverse, and the 10 of Swords in reverse. Okay, what have you got in the bottom of the deck? We'll take a look, Sagittarius. Okay, you've got the Knight of Pentacles coming in. Okay, so slow moving energy coming towards you. So this is sort of hanging over the top of probably the next 6 weeks or so. So a bit of slow moving energy coming towards you. This could be money coming towards you or an offer, but slowly moving. It's not going to get there in a rush. Okay, so what have we got? We've got a Tower moment. The Tower's in reverse. So the first thing that usually is indicated by the Tower being in reverse is there's a situation in your life that no longer serves you. They may be connections, people, things that you're doing, and you need to let that go. And it looks like you may not be so willing to let something go. Maybe you're not willing to face the change, but the Tower will force this change on you anyway. So this is kind of saying that the circumstances around you have altered and that you don't want to look at them. And look, we all get into that situation where we don't want to look at the circumstances around us because sometimes things suit us very well and the people we know suit us very well, the job that we go to suits us well, the place that we live suits us well. It can be any one of those things, but something is not quite meshing with your life anymore and a change is about to come towards you. And then we have the Fool. Again, this is definitely, this is absolute confirmation that there's a change coming towards you because the Fool is an indication of you starting a new journey. Again, this is a very carefree energy here. It's under the golden, it's got golden light in it, so it's actually quite a joyful and happy energy, but there's some sort of a delay. And I'm getting the word angst from the little dog today. So there's some sort of angst about starting this new journey. I get words coming from the cards, so that's all I can say about this card. So definitely a change and a new start of some sort. I think there's a bit of reluctance on your part to change and to start this new journey. Here's a little bit of squabbles or resistance. Again, this can be, it's not really squabbles actually because they're not words. Pardon me. It's more a bit of an internal struggle. I don't think it's an external struggle. I think it's an internal struggle. And that could be part of this process here. It's interesting that because these are in reverse and this is in the upright position, I feel that this struggle is connected to this internal process, something that you're working on. Now you've got the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands indicates that you are getting quite weary from doing something. You don't really feel like doing the battle anymore. You're wondering whether it's worth the effort, but you've only got a little bit way to push through. So it's kind of up to you as to whether you decide to push through or whether you need to take a little break. It's not really an indication of a break. It's more that you're tired and you don't really feel like pushing through. But here you've got the 4 of Wands. So something turns, whatever it is, I think if you take a little pause for a moment, then You have this successful energy here with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is about home and family. Some sort of a breakthrough that you get with your home and your family. I don't know if it's marriage, but it's often an indication of marriage. But if it's not marriage, it's about your home and your security and your values. So the Four of Wands is about returning to a more stable situation. So I do feel that maybe somewhere in August, perhaps around the middle of August, there's something that is disruptive to your life. But probably in about 6 weeks' time, 4 to 6 weeks' time, everything returns back to a state of normality for you. So that's rather nice. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. So this is independence, self-respect. This is somebody who knows how to manage their finances, has independent wealth. She also is very, very sure of herself. She knows what to do, and she doesn't like to be told what to do. She will listen to her intuition because she has the bird there, so she will listen to her intuition. Being disciplined about your money, being disciplined about your worldly affairs. So that's rather a strong card. So that's actually quite good. That's a healthy card if you are self-disciplined, self-reliant, independent, strong, knowing how to manage your affairs. And that's knowing how to manage your affairs I'm feeling that that's the correct words that I need to speak to you, knowing how to manage your affairs. Now, you've also got this Hermit in reverse. So this can indicate loneliness or a period of withdrawing to sort of look inside yourself again. It's underneath the Fool. So I do feel that maybe there's that delay here with this Tower moment and this new journey where you actually step back, you pull back from life a little bit, and you pause and reflect and decide what it is you need to do and what your real values are. What are the core values that drive you forward in your life, and the core values about the way you want to express yourself in the world. So I do feel that you may need to, maybe this is an indication that you don't want to pause for a little while, but the cards are suggesting that if you can't move forward after this Tower moment, something that actually rattles your cage, then the cards are probably suggesting that you just step back, even if it's only for a day or two. Just go within, maybe meditate, maybe go somewhere quiet, because that will help you start this journey again. And you've got this internal struggle going on here. So all of these are pointing towards taking some time out. I don't think you really want to take the time out, but I do suggest that maybe you should take the time out. And here we've got your Ten of Cups. So there's this joyous feeling, and, that's a wonderful... So after this, and once you begin this journey again, there's this wonderful joyous feeling. And, this actually could be... struggles with family, because it's above this Ten of Cups, which also relates to your family. So this may not be an internal struggle. This may be some struggles, some little bit of argy-bargy with your family. Maybe your family's sticking their nose in where you don't want them to go. But, all's well. All's well. So that's good. Ten of Cups, all's well. You're happy, you feel confident, you're comfortable. Your outlook on your future is confident and comfortable. And it's rather interesting because you've got the Four of Wands here. So as you can see, the home is in the background. So there's this sense of being happy in your home and happy with what the people that you have around you. That depends on if this is a little bit of a squabble from a family member, perhaps. Now, underneath the Nine of Wands, which is the tiredness, you're feeling perhaps that you are not as happy as you want to be. Perhaps you'd like to spend more time enjoying yourself with your friends. But it looks like maybe it's because you're fatigued and you haven't got the energy to spend with your friends, but perhaps you need a little bit more fun. I'm not entirely sure about this one. So this one's not really speaking to me at the moment. I'll just leave what I've said there. A painful situation is coming to an end. It's in the reverse. I don't think you want to look at it. I'm actually getting very much the same sort of sensation as I got from the Tower. I don't think you really want to look at the energy of what's been painful. I think you're just hoping that it will go away. If you just close your mind to it, you're just pushing it away. So there's this, it will be released. It may take slightly longer. If you don't look at it, I guess it will sort of fade away with time. But again, this can be quite prickly. This can leave you a little bit prickly if there's some situation that has hurt you that you don't want to look at. It can rise to the surface again sometimes and just give you the prickles. That's what I need to say. Okay, now I need to clarify these cards. I might use the Dancing in the Dark. I'm drawn to them. I'll just give them a quick shuffle. Again, they have been well shuffled. Actually, your reading doesn't look bad, Sagittarius, because you've got Happy Home, you've got the Ten of Cups, you've got this Independence, really lovely energy, and you even have this slow-moving energy of a Knight of Pentacles. Now, that could be a person coming in towards you, which would be somebody more mature, somebody who's definitely not going to rush things, or it could be money coming in slowly towards you. So it could be either one of those energies. I don't think it's you. I think it's more somebody coming towards you, and in which case, as I said, they're more mature, so you don't need to be alarmed about that. Nobody's going to bowl you over in 5 minutes. Okay. Let's start this. Okay, we have got the Five of Swords. Who's this one? Oh, that's the High Priestess. Wheel of Fortune. This card's a little bit unusual because she normally would be sitting there quite removed, but actually she looks like she's pushed to the front of the card here, so it's quite an unusual card. Okay, what have we got here? That looks like the King of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Wands in the upright position. Five of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. Ace of Swords, beautiful, beautiful. Under the Wheel of Fortune, very, very positive, right square in the middle of the reading. Lovely, got the World in reverse, so definitely closing off a cycle. And here you've got the Page of Wands. I'll have a look what we've got on the bottom of the deck. What have we got there? Eight of Wands in reverse. So I think you're waiting for something to come in towards you, and there may be some sort of a delay. But when it does come in, you know, you may be expecting a message of some sort. You may be expecting someone to contact you. And you may be expecting a message from this Knight of Pentacles. The message is being delayed. I don't think there's anything for you to worry about because the water here does not look rough. And once that message comes in, things will move quickly. But I do feel that there's a little bit of delay, and your emotions, it may be affecting you emotionally just a little bit. We've got the Five of Swords here in reverse. Now, Five of Swords is not particularly nice. That can be gossip. It can be sort of angry words. It can be betrayal. Oh, I'll just take a look at this one in the upright position. Usually this is an indication of some sort of hurt from words or messages. It can be self-sabotage. Now, because it's on the, that's rather interesting, because it's on the Tower, I will suggest that perhaps you be careful that you don't self-sabotage something. And that's only because it's on the Tower. Normally I don't get the word self-sabotage, but in this case, and because it's in the upright position, there could be some self-sabotage here because of something you don't want to look at. Here we've got the High Priestess, so it's rather interesting. Again, it's on top of the Fool in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. So there's definitely this call here for you, whether you like it or not. I think that the Tarot is trying to tell you, you need to go within. You need to look inside yourself. Look at what your motives are about something. Look at what's driving your actions, what's driving your commitment to something. And this is a very spiritual card. So she's asking you to have a look at your spiritual life and find the balance, because the towers are huge here. So something's a little bit out of balance, and that's part of this tower moment, part of starting this new journey. And I think that's the indication here that perhaps you don't want to spend this time on your own reflecting. I think, you've got two cards here now that are definitely calling you to just go in and have a look at your spiritual life and have a look at the balance of things. Where are you putting your energy? Where are you focused? And then you've got the Knight of Wands also in reverse. Where are you putting your passions? That's another thing. Where are your passions? Are you passionate about something? This is a driving force, as you can see. So, the Knight of Wands is very passionate and charges forward. It's in the reverse. So it's telling you not to rush. And again, I think it's part of this here. Take your time. You do need to take some days off for some reason. This is, I guess in this case, it's a warning not to charge in with passion about something. You've also got, I've missed this one altogether. What was I doing? I was supposed to be going along the top here. The Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune here, things are turning whether you like it or not. Again, you've got three major arcana. You've got the Tower, the Fool, and the Wheel of Fortune. Absolutely no doubt about it. Your circumstances are changing, and you can offer all the resistance you like. The world will turn, and you will just fall off the wheel if you don't go with the flow. So it's trying to also tell you to go with the flow. It can feel difficult when you have this tower moment, and sometimes it can be very confronting. Sometimes it's exactly the opposite of what we want to do. But there's definitely a call here for you to try and go with the flow and to offer a slightly less resistance. Now, the King of Pentacles is in reverse. So the King of Pentacles is about, this can be a bank manager, this can be a boss, this can be your financial state of affairs if they're in good control and when you have them well managed. Again, it is talking about your home and your castle. As you can see there, use your castle in the background. So thinking about your home, your financial stability, about the work. As you can see, there are red grapes here. It takes effort to cultivate grapes. So it's talking about your work. It's in the reverse aspect. So something about your work or your financial security, perhaps that you need to change. Perhaps you need to change your job. Perhaps you need to talk to your bank manager. Perhaps you need to look at your financial affairs. I'm not sure. But this is quite a stable, very strong, powerful energy. So, you've got the Knight of Pentacles coming towards you. So whether it's like a bank manager or a loan, if you've got a mortgage, maybe things are under stress because of, the financial situation at the moment. So perhaps you need to look at your financial situation. Otherwise, you may be receiving a message here about your financial situation. And that could be like a bank manager sort of saying, hey, you've missed a payment. You need to, get on board with your payments. But you do manage to achieve some sort of victory here because this is a successful card, being acknowledged by your peers. This is actually very victorious card. So, and it's right on top of the Four of Wands. So somehow you managed to work it all out, which is absolutely wonderful. And it's about your home, about achieving some sort of victory. You will feel very happy once you've worked it out. Okay, so that's rather good. So that's taking action to work something out, and you do achieve a victory, which is really, really lovely. Here we've got this Five of Cups, I beg your pardon, in reverse. So Five of Cups is grief and sorrow and sadness and loss, all of those things. Now it's sort of a shadow, so it's in the shadows. There's something in your shadow about grief and loss and sadness, and something in the distance. So something has caused some grief and loss and sadness. Again, I feel like you don't want to look at it. You've got 2 5s, so this is quite uncomfortable energy. Number 5 is often quite an uncomfortable energy. It's neither one place nor the other. It's almost as though, and you've actually got 3 5s. So it does sort of feel to me that August might be slightly uncomfortable for you, Sagittarius, because 3 5s on the table is definitely slightly uncomfortable, not really where you want to be. Now, this can be grief or loss that you don't want to look at, or grief or loss that's actually gradually leaving your life. So this card is definitely talking about something that is perhaps leaving your life, or something that you don't really want to look at. It's in the shadow. I'm very much getting, this is almost like a ghost. I'm feeling like a ghost. It's sort of the ghost of your loss and your suffering and your pain. That's disappearing, I think. Perhaps walking, that. I don't know what it is about the 5s. It's almost like they bubble to the surface again and then it recedes into the distance. And here under this Fool, you've got this charging Knight of Wands. This is passion and enthusiasm. And this can also be somebody, a lover coming in. This is somebody who doesn't necessarily stay a long time. This is somebody who just comes charging in, declares their love and their passion. It doesn't always mean that their words match their actions. So this could also be a sense of you wishing change. Again, you want to get moving. Hurry up, I want to get moving. This is the energy of hurry up, I want to get moving. So this could be you. This could be, just wanting to be sort of, forging ahead. But you need to take time out and, do the hermit thing. But I think your passion, and actually because it's wearing the red cloak, I think your heart's desire is to move ahead. But there's resistance again here. It's on top of the Hermit, so you do need to take this time out. But you do, on top of this 10 of Cups, which is a very victorious card, and also telling you that your circumstances are going to be much better soon, you get this legal breakthrough. So either a mental breakthrough or a legal breakthrough. I'm not sure which, but definitely a breakthrough. You get some clear thinking on something, and it leaves you feeling in a very positive position. So this is razor sharp. This is absolutely razor sharp. Something happens that suddenly causes a breakthrough. So that's wonderful. You've got the World here, so which is rather interesting. I'm still not very clear about this 3 of Cups. You've got the World closing off a cycle, and this may be friendships. This may be friendships, just celebrating with good times. Perhaps you're not doing that at the moment. That's all I can get from this card because it's in the reverse aspect. So a period, a downturn perhaps in your amount of celebrating you're doing, or the amount of people that you're connecting with. Now you've got the World card in the reverse aspect. So the World card talks about closing off a cycle. You've got such major arcana here about closing off a cycle. Tower, Fool, Wheel of Fortune, and the World. So a cycle is over. Something is coming to a complete end. A way of life. The people you're friends with. It could be that somebody is passing out of your life. You're changing your job. You're changing your location. This is quite major. This is quite a substantial energy here. So the fact that you've got 4 major arcana here on the table that all indicate that there's going to be a major change in your circumstances and in the way you've been living your life, the kind of things that you're holding dear, the experiences you've had, that's starting to close off. So prepare yourself, Sagittarius. It does look like there's going to be quite a major change for you in the next 2 months or so. But you do have you do have this Ace of Swords. So if it's a legal victory or clear thinking is also wonderful. So, with clear thinking, you can handle your circumstances so much better. Now, you got the Page of Wands. You would have liked to come charging in as the Knight of Wands. You want things to hurry up. But the Page of Wands is talking about a new experience, a new adventure, starting something new. not quite with the speed that you were thinking of before. This is taking it more slowly. So this is more of a novice kind of a card. So you're starting something new. You're a bit of a novice here, a new adventure, but you're not charging and being reckless. And it's rather interesting. It's 11, card number 11. So, you've thought about this. I think this is where the clear thinking is coming in. You've stopped and you've thought about it, and you're not going to charge ahead. I think you're approaching this with a little bit more caution rather than this great enthusiastic rush. So I do think you've got quite a turbulent month perhaps ahead of you, or you may already be in that energy, but perhaps the next 2 months or so will be quite turbulent. I do have a moon oracle here, and I think I'll pull you a moon oracle. Again, these cards are very well shuffled. The three of cups did confuse me somewhat, but I do think actually this is part of leaving a network or a circle of friends behind, or leaving work. This can be for people leaving work, your colleagues perhaps, leaving your colleagues behind. You may even be relocating. For some of you, you may be relocating to a new home. That's better. Okay, and we'll give them a shuffle by hand to make sure that we've got the energy for you, Sagittarius, and we'll see what's coming out for you. Quite a big month. Okay, I'm going to cut the deck and take that one. Serenity. I do think you will find serenity at the end of it. I do think you need to have a little period, at least somewhere probably towards the beginning of this cycle, where you need to just take some time out and look what's happening in your world. Look at your circumstances. Now we have another full moon towards the end of the month, so that could be around about the 30th of August or so, which is in a couple of weeks. Perhaps needing to make sure that you find some time for a little bit of peace and quiet to sort things out. The outcome here is very good and very positive. You're very happy with the outcome, and you will go forward in a more cautious way. And I do think that the painful things you've been looking at, the words that have hurt, the emotional hurt, I think you're gradually leaving that behind. And this is a wonderful card for you. So make sure you do take that little bit of time out. The cards are definitely indicating you need some little bit of quiet time. And, perhaps around about the time of the full moon, because it's rather interesting here. The person here has a mermaid tail. So the mermaid tail indicates that your feelings may be affected by the moon, and you may need that quiet time. Otherwise, you may have that you may sense that emotion here. You may get this feeling of grief and loss and pain as to where you find yourself. But I do think you'll be fine. I think you'll find your peace. You do have success here, and you do have this slow-moving energy of the Knight of Pentacles. This is not a bad card moving in towards you. So change is on the way. So Sagittarius, it looks like you'll be starting something quite different to what you've been experiencing in this last cycle. So, change is upon you. Bye for now, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching.